It has been talked about a lot, but at last there seems to be a green light for the launch of the work on the Arbër road construction, as the head of the government says it will begin before the end of May and won't stop until completed. 3 months after launching the Action for Water Reform, Minister Jignuri has announced that €9 million have been collected, but that 300,000 water metres still need to be installed to fully regain control. The municipality of Tirana has completed the reconstruction of the artificial lake dock, dedicating the project to Henry Dunant, the founder of the Red Cross organisation and first Nobel Prize winner. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Tuesday the 8th of May 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country translated into English. The councillors of the 3 municipalities in the Kukus district have addressed petitions to the President of the Republic, Ilir Meta, and the Prime Minister, Edi Rama, for the situation created after the protests against the tariff on the national highway. The councillors of Kukus, Hasi and Trapoya are asking the head of state to exercise the legal authority to release the 4 prisoners, as well as for the pardoning of criminal proceedings against the other protesters. The request for removing the toll payment for the Kukus district is also demanded of the government and Prime Minister Edi Rama personally. The government and Prime Minister Rama must exercise the legal authority to consider the tendered contract in contravention of the interests of the community, and as such to decide to cancel the tax on the national highway for the region of Kukus. It is written in the petition. In petitions addressed to the 2 heads of state, councillors of 3 municipalities in the district of Kukus say they will continue to support the 4 detainees until they are released, declaring it to be in the interests of their voters. As such, the authorities' support is also expected. The toll payment requirement was suspended following the protest on the national highway, while the government has announced that it is in a negotiation process with the tendered company for a preferential tariff scheme for the residents of the Kukus district. 600 people with thalassemia continue their daily efforts to be supplied with blood in Albania. In the conditions where hospitals cannot cover blood supply needs through their blood banks, institutions, organisations and individuals can help this category of patients with voluntary donations. Today, the 8th of May, is the World Day of Thalassemia, and officials and employees of the presidency, together with one of the Italian organisations, took their time to donate blood. 7% of the population needs such acts of solidarity, so President Meta sought to overcome indifference by all contributing a blood donation. To donate blood is an act of humanity and solidarity for people who need it most. We must overcome indifference together and build solidarity by donating blood, said Ilir Meta. The fight against thalassemia and blood donation is a problem not only for our country. The International Thalassemia Federation, which includes 91 states, continues its efforts to find new methods for treating and curing people with thalassemia, most of whom are children, but also includes adolescents and adults. Prime Minister Edi Rama announced that the work for the construction of the Arbër road will begin within May. From Leisure, where he talked about infrastructure projects, the head of the government said the work will not be interrupted until the total completion of the road. We will start work on the Arbër road within the months. And once it starts, it will not stop until the strategic access of that road is finally completed. This road will make Dibra an integrated area with Tirana, and on the other hand, will open up a great potential for the development of agritourism for the whole area connecting Tirana with Dibra, announced Edi Rama. Also, the Shëngjin-Velipoja segment is expected to be part of the interventions in the Leisure district. This segment is also considered potentially valuable for tourism growth. The strategic road at Shëngjin-Velipoja is a priority access because it opens a new space with tremendous potential for tourism development and shortens the time of arrival to key destinations, said Edi Rama. Rama was in Leisure for 2 days as part of the accountability tour to the citizens, having passed through several cities so far. The World Bank has refused to finance the rehabilitation of the Tirana-Durrës road. The Ministry of Infrastructure and Energy has indicated that the intervention will be done with the funds of the state budget, but it is not yet known from where the funds will be reallocated. From the first calculations, it turns out that re-asphalting requires €11 million, while the total intervention amounts to €30 million. The road is part of the maintenance contract under the framework of the project with the World Bank, but the road has been so degraded as from 2001 until now, it has not undergone any deep maintenance. Consequently, the bank has advised it cannot fund such a deep intervention. The intervention project will now fit into and be covered wholly by the state budget. Intervention on this road is now expected to be postponed to allow for time for funds to be shifted around in the state budget, despite the Minister of Infrastructure and Energy promising just a short time ago that the intervention will begin in spring. Pharmacies are now required to ensure that reimbursable medicines have been updated to reflect the new price, as recently set by the government, not that which was determined in 2016. Yesterday, pharmacies raised concerns over what they referred to as a chaotic situation created in this sector. Today, the director of the Obligatory Insurance Fund, Edward Ahmeti, made this clarification. Selling at the new price is a legal obligation, explained Edward Ahmeti. According to pharmacists, there are about 9 medications which are lacking in supply, with the fund responding that the market will be supplied with these medicines within 2 weeks, which is the first time that it is expected to take to finalise the contracts for supply. Any shortfalls in the supply will be provided for in 2 weeks, added Edward Ahmeti. If a pharmaceutical business is in a trial process with the fund or under investigation by the accusation body, they cannot sign contracts with the fund. No contracts will be signed if there is a trial process or investigation, said Edward Ahmeti. The Obligatory Insurance Fund says that pharmacies have been informed regarding the enforceability of the list on reimbursable medicines. €9 million have been collected since the 1st of February, when the action on the water and sewage sector started. The Minister of Infrastructure and Energy, Damian Jiknuri, said there is still work to be done since 300,000 more water meters still need to be installed to fully gain control of the situation. €9 million have been collected so far, said Damian Jiknuri. Jiknuri urged the municipalities to improve work in the framework of the action, while stressing that the income collected from the action will be used to settle the debt with the electricity distribution operator. The income generated from the action will be used for debts, confirmed Damian Jiknuri. The director of the National Water and Sewerage Agency, Arbër, stated that the reform was necessary given this sector was involved in debts and low collection of obligations. Families increasingly owed more debts for water supplies, said Arbër. Cities that have seen the most positive improvement from the action are Durrës and Tirana, and according to the minister, government support will be improved. In just a short time since its refurbishment, the artificial lake park has turned into one of the most popular destinations for Tirana's citizens, not just to spend their free time, but also to conduct various sporting activities. The municipality of Tirana, with the support of the Albanian Red Cross, completed the renovations to the lake's dock, dedicating their work to Henry Dunant, the founder and the organisation, and the first winner of the Nobel Prize. At the ceremony for the completion of the work, Mayor of Tirana, Veliaj, said that thanks to the work done these past 2.5 years, the lake park has become an environment accessible to all citizens. This lake was on the blacklist until 2.5 years ago as one of the most polluted areas, not only of Tirana and Albania, but the entire Balkans, a huge pit where sewage and waste were thrown. We just got the white flag given by the White Flag International Organisation, which has now certified the lake as clean. Soon we will start offering water games as well and restore the old tradition of swimming in the lake, like we once did when the lake was not polluted and was not seen as anyone's property, but as our common property to take pride in and keep beautiful and clean, explained Veliaj. The existing dock underwent total reconstruction and was equipped with lighting for the evening hours. If we work throughout the rest of Tirana as we have here, then the best days are still ahead, said Veliaj. After the Lake of Tirana, the municipality has also begun work on the recovery of the Lake of Farka, which will turn into a second park for all residents of the capital who can spend relaxing moments in nature. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.